I understand you want to marry my wife. Forgive me raising the matter, but as Marguerite is away for a few days in the north visiting relatives, I thought this might be an appropriate moment for you and me to have a little chat.
What is happening, folks? Welcome to another episode, Nerds at Night. I am your host, Blake Money, Blake Weather. Let's just hop right into it. I don't want to waste your time with anything else. We're talking about the movie Sleuth. I saw this movie on like a list of mystery movies, and so I figured it'd be right up my alley. I wasn't sure what I was getting into. I didn't know if it was a murder mystery. I didn't know if it was just like something with a lot of plot twists. But I watched it and oh my goodness. It was another one of those instances where 30 minutes in, I was watching it and I was like, well, I have to do a reaction to this. This movie is just incredible. Again, I didn't know a whole bunch going into it. And I actually recorded the reaction before I'm recording this intro. So I knew Michael Caine was in here. I didn't know a whole bunch about Laurence Olivier, but now I do. So when I say at the end that I didn't know who the other guy was, please forgive me. I had to go do my own due diligence. But man, this movie's incredible. And like I said, I watched the first 30 minutes of it. So like we did on Witness for the Prosecution, let me give you the recap so we can get you all caught up. We begin with a young Michael Caine pulling up to a house. I mean, look at him. Such a strapping young buck he was. He goes to the front door, but hears something in the garden maze area. So he attempts to find his way through to the person in the middle, who appears to be verbally authoring a detective novel. Michael Caine just looks super lost trying to navigate his way through, so he finally asks for help.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, indeed. So good of you to come. Won't you join me? So you're Milo Tyndall. I'm Andrew Wyke. Welcome to Cloak Manor.
We find out Andrew has invited Milo over, but we have no idea why. Andrew tries to get Milo set up with a drink, but he doesn't seem to have much of a selection outside. So off inside they go. Along the walk, Andrew gives Milo a culture lesson on detective fiction, and they get a bit cheeky with each other.
You have it in a nutshell, my dear Milo, if I may so address you.
Oh, you might as well. We're all on first name terms these days, Andrew.
Of course we are. And you and I do need to be friendly, do we not?
We get inside the house and it appears to have a lot of weird and creepy props. Andrew gets Milo a drink and then cuts to the chase as to why he invited him over.
Well, I understand you want to marry my wife.
He then starts to ask Milo a few questions about his family and his career.
What do you do?
Don't you know?
We found out Milo is pretty successful and owns a few hair salons. Andrew then starts pressing Milo about where he lives and makes a few jabs about how he knows his wife stays there with Milo a few times a week and knows that's why Milo stays at a rented cottage close by. Milo looks checked out at this combo, but Andrew brings the heat.
If I choose to say that my wife converses like a child of 6 and makes love like an extinct shellfish, I shall. And I don't need to ask her lover's permission to do so either.
Milo's offended and ready to leave, but Andrew brings up the fact that his wife, Marguerite, has expensive taste.
You were being rude about a woman I'm in love with.
On the contrary, I was reminiscing about my wife.
Andrew explains the lifestyle his wife Marguerite is used to is very costly, and he's not sure if Milo has the means to support her. We also find out Andrew has a mistress named Taya, and Andrew and Milo start a game of pool. Milo boasts about his, stamina, shall we say.
I'm in the pink of condition. I could copulate for England at any distance.
Andrew says if Milo is going to take Marguerite, he wants to make sure she will stay gone and not return because her lifestyle with Milo is less than what she's used to. Andrew wonders how much the affair has cost Milo financially and how long he can sustain that lifestyle if he chooses to marry Marguerite.
Well, it is to solve this little problem that I've invited you round here tonight. And this, as they say, is where the plot thickens.
Andrew also lays a smackdown on Milo in pool.
Whatever are you doing with that cue in your hand?
I was waiting for you to miss.
Foolish boy.
Andrew says as a way of stashing his money, he spent £250,000 and bought jewelry and insured it.
I see what you mean by the plot thickening.
I want you to steal that jewelry.
He says that his wife and his servants are gone for the next 48 hours, and he wants Milo to steal the jewels that same evening. Andrew says he has the jewels hidden in the safe and asks Milo to try and find them. Milo searches a room and after a while figures out the safe is hidden behind the dartboard. But how can he get to it?
But whatever made you think?
You and your games. That is the only game in this room.
Andrew says now that Milo knows where they are, he wants him to steal the jewels, run away with Margaret abroad, sell them, and he plans to have his mistress Taya move in. Andrew says since the jewels are insured, he will get paid back what they're worth. Thus, it's a win-win for everyone. Andrew says he knows the perfect middleman that would buy them and would pay Milo $170,000 for them.
Think it over. Take your time.
Milo wants to know if Andrew has committed crimes before, and Andrew says his book character, St. John Lord Meridew, solves them all the time.
The police are always stupid in the kind of books you write, aren't they? They never solve anything. It's always the amateur sleuth who knows what's going on.
He said it! He said it!
But that's detective fiction. This is fact. This is real.
Milo says, why doesn't Andrew just steal the jewels and give it to him? Andrew says he wants the whole thing to look real so no one is suspicious of anything.
£170,000. All right, I'll do it.
Andrew says first Milo needs a disguise, so they head to Milo's cellar in search of one. Milo ain't into this, though.
Haven't you just got an old pair of sneakers, a raincoat, and a sock I can pull over my head?
Andrew says there's no style in that. Milo gets in the spirit and decides to have a little fun playing dress-up. Finally, Andrew finds a disguise that Milo is on board with. Andrew says Milo has to fully change out of his regular clothes and into his new outfit. Seems sus, but they seem happy, so let's see what happens. And that catches us up with where we're going. And now that you're all caught up, let's get right into the reaction. I don't want to waste any of your time. I just have this feeling like he's going to lock him in here. They're real merry. I like this.
One glass cutter for breaking in with, one piece of putty for holding on to the cut piece of glass so it doesn't clatter to the ground and awake the ravenous Doberman pincher you suspect lurks inside. The theory is you tried to pick the lock of the safe by listening to the tumblers. You failed and had to resort to dynamite.
What?
Dynamite, what for?
Safes for the blowing
Dynamite?
open on. But you can leave all that to me. Can't you see the headlines? Wiltshire paralyzed, police baffled. Where will Big Boot strike next?
Right in the arse, that's where. Mine.
All those boots will tell the police.
Michael Caine's so funny.
Now do come along. Now have you got everything? Now a glass cutter, putty,
Yes,
and
yes,
the stethoscope.
Yeah, so figured I'd come
I've got
hat.
My love, you are marvelous. You are the complete clown.
I feel like that's an analogy for something, metaphor for something. Like he's a big clown.
I'm not very good at heights.
Well, don't look down. Concentrate instead on thick bundles of crisp pound notes, 170,000 of them in cash, tax-free.
He's so positive about wanting to get this plan taken care of.
What a way to make a living.
It just seems a bit too, I don't know, neat. What's he gonna do? This guy is up to something. I just don't know what it is.
Suspicious as fuck.
There's his pants. His shirt. No. Yep, that sounds about right. He looks like a real circus clown. You need the stethoscope for the glass? What are you trying to hear? If it's alive? Oh, the glass cutter. Putty on gloves, bad idea. It seems like the worst crime of all time already.
Who would harm a kindly old spinster like me? The front door's locked.
This guy's crazy.
No one could possibly break into our snug little home.
Oh my gosh.
For Christ's sake, Milo, they couldn't have made more noise on D-Day.
The bloody glass came out, my bloody boot got stuck, and I fell down a bloody ladder.
Jeez Louise, dude. If he hadn't already left DNA somehow, I mean, I guess they weren't doing it back in these days, but like, he got his hands all over the ladder, full fail. What are you supposed to do? Put your little hand in? Open the door? Yeah, all right. That seems kosher. And there's this fool again. It's the worst crime ever committed.
Now for the juice.
Oh, not straight away.
You gotta burglarize.
Where they are. Have to hunt about a bit first. See if you'll be good enough to follow me, Miss Rebecca.
What is this fool's game? Like, he is up to something. Is he trying to frame him?
Suspicious as fuck.
The mistress's bedroom. Or would you know your way about?
You wouldn't.
Mistress or her bedroom?
Come on, Milo. You're a burglar, not a lady's maid. Don't pack them, ravage them.
Well, wouldn't his
Come on, Milo.
fingerprints be all over the clothes?
Oh, excellent. Now
Isn't it
tear
Derek?
them.
Very nicely.
That's better.
Why has this guy thought about this? I mean, I guess he writes detective novels.
An intelligent burglar would immediately look for the next most likely hiding place.
Which is where?
The inevitable safe. Just blow it open and steal what's in it.
He's setting him up, clearly. Ravages the lady's stuff. His clothes are like in a closet somewhere. He's going to blow this up.
I learned about explosives for the diary of the dynamited Duchess. Ready? Stand by for the countdown. R2, R1, R blast off.
Jesus.
Got it. I've got it.
How does he know stuff is in there? Could be a
What are you
brick.
shaking it for? It's a jewel box, not a maraca.
Oh. Lots of pretties.
I wish my old man could see these. He never knew what it was all about. At a second-rate public
Man.
school.
Look at the locks that Michael Caine had, too.
I suppose he
Jesus.
thought he had to.
Love it. They keep focusing on eyes. Like, are people in these machines? Is he recording? He's got cameras?
How much sacking do you want done?
A decent bit, I think. A few chairs upturned, ornaments put to the sword, that sort of thing. You know, convincing, but not Carthaginian.
Wow.
You surely don't call that convincing.
Just have him do it himself. He'd be ransacking anyways. There you go.
Be strewn like autumn leaves.
But he doesn't mess up the table with the pieces on it. Mustn't mess with the games.
Hey, that's my new manuscript.
Wow.
What seconds? What for?
The ensuing fight, remember?
Oh my gosh.
This fight is fixed, remember? This is where I take a dive, and you knock me
He's
out
gonna kill him,
cold.
maybe?
Right. Now, where do you want it?
Now, don't get carried away. It's not a murder weapon you are talking about, you know.
Why don't I just keep tapping you lightly on the head with the poker until the lump comes up?
Come to think of it, you could always hold a gun on me.
Oh, we professional burglars don't fancy firearms much. We are English, after all.
You could always conquer your Anglo-Saxon scruples. What do you say to the demolition of that gaudy old Swansea puzzle jar?
I mean, it seems kind of... That seems kind of whack, bro. It seems like he's not going to miss that.
Let us expose its shortcomings.
Jesus.
Oh, you might have said good shot.
You bloody maniac! You could have killed me!
Now, what next? Because I'm a-gonna kill you.
You are gonna kill me. Jesus! Here we go again with another one of your games.
Another one, no.
He needs to pick a plan. I know that he was doing something.
I'll close my eyes and count up to 20 slowly. That should give you a reasonable chance. Go on, Milo, off you go. 1. 1,
No.
2, 5,
Lock the door.
6, 40, 50.
No keys. They're in his pocket. Bro.
Who left them in that beautiful coat? Those lovely boots back on again.
Wow. I did not think I was going to watch this type of movie. We trying to call the cops. Oh,
Dear old Mashy Niblick. I think you'd be found in the fireplace in a fair old mess. After the fight, you flee up the stairs back to your ladder again. Go on, Milo, flee.
He's just directing him, telling him what to do. This is horrible. This is like torture. You know, this kind of reminds me of the episode of Atlanta, which I'm sure they partly based this on, with Teddy Perkins, where Teddy Perkins is holding Darius kind of hostage in the house and trying to make it seem like he broke in.
Did you really believe
Damn, son.
I'd give up my wife and jewelry to you?
Why not? You're not in love with her?
Whether I love her or not,
That's
I
no
found
concern
her.
of yours. Yeah.
I've kept her. You are a young man, dressed as a clown, about to be murdered.
I'm glad he didn't put the dress on. This would have been a bad look for him.
Put it on.
Bro, what?
Finally, at your moment of dying, you are yourself.
Clown.
A sniveling, dago clown.
Oh my gosh. What the bro? The main dude ain't supposed to be dead like that. What? You know, usually when they hire like an actor like of that regard, like they don't be dying. This shit turned into Game of Thrones. What the fuck?
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
All these little creepy toys and shit, like that's super creepy. And like also now it's not, I don't think it's a murder mystery. I didn't know if it was gonna be a murder mystery or not, but it seems like it's just like a thriller because we know who committed a murder and he's got to get caught, but he's very smart. Oh no. Wow. Full eating toast and shit. Where the body at? I guess that's gonna be the movie. He's gonna have to hide the body from whoever's coming over. I guess he cleaned the mess. This dude's like the original, like, psychopath. Who this? Oh, now this is creepy. My man's got a gun. He's not concerned that somebody was ringing his bell, and he lives in the middle of nowhere. Got all these glass windows. Everybody can see what he's doing. You're never gonna enjoy his caviar.
I was beginning to think there was no one at home.
Dean? And who might you be?
Detective Inspector Doppler, sir, of the Wiltshire County Constabulary. That's right, sir. I'm normally based in Salisbury, but you're a local man.
He looks like Michael Caine. He looks like Michael Caine with makeup. I wonder if it fooled people back then.
Caviar.
Yeah, he still talks like Michael Caine. He talks like Michael Caine with like a higher pitched Cockney accent.
In fact, 2 nights ago, he told Jack Benn, the licensee of the White Lion, he was on his way up to see you.
Inside Mr. Tyndall's cottage to make sure that no harm had come to him, we found this, sir.
Oh, a message from him.
Talk. So Mr. Tyndall was here then, sir.
He was. It was a game we were playing.
Game, sir? What kind of game?
It's called burglary.
Burglary is not a game, sir. On the whole, what we do is necessary.
You're just doing your job is the overworked phrase, isn't it?
I don't know if he is a detective. This feels like a game, like on top of a game.
There's so many things that are suspicious.
All of you had either the means, motive, or opportunity, but only one of you had all three.
Exactly so, sir. And that person is you.
Was you.
If you're a child...
Oh, let me tell you, Inspector.
Man, my man got loaded up on all the brandy.
Oh, please, Inspector, don't include marriage. Sex. Sex is the game. Marriage the penalty.
How funny.
Shall we go?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's like, how does he know that he's looking at the places where he's looking?
I further persuaded him to take off his clothes and wear a disguise. Appropriately enough, he chose out of that.
How much of the truth is he going to tell before he slips up, or like before the detective tells him like, oh, you're lying?
I put the gun against his head and shot him with a blank cartridge.
Oh, wow.
You shot Mr. Tyndall with a blank cartridge, sir?
Fainted dead away. My game was over. It was the most gratifying win.
Would you mind if I had a look around, sir?
Crawl about on all fours, if you like. Get out your envelope and imprison hairs. Gather ye blunt instruments.
I mean, I
while
don't
you
see
may.
blood anywhere on the carpet. I don't see blood anywhere on the floor. Of course, you could clean that, I suppose. How good could you clean it back then? What if that is Tyndall?
Then would you show me exactly where he was when the bullet hit him?
I keep telling you it was not a real bullet.
So you do, sir. So you do.
I was going to say, what if this is Tyndall? Like, what if that did happen and then Tyndall came back to, he's playing him right now and he's going to torture him?
The traditional tool of your trade, Inspector?
He's just like teasing him. That blood?
Joke blood, sir. It's dried blood,
You
sir.
recarpeted. Okay.
Where? What man of earth?
That one over by the far wall.
Kind of look like weed plants too.
Here we are, sir. Now,
That looks like a
would you
body.
say that had been freshly dug, sir?
How do I know?
That looks like a body,
The
bro.
gardener's been doing. Ask him. Do you really think I'd be fool enough to bury Tyndall out here in the garden, leaving all that newly turned
Yes.
earth for everyone to find?
In a couple of weeks, with
Everything
a
grows
little
around
grass
it.
seed or a few bulbs, it'd be very difficult to tell it had ever been disturbed.
So now it comes down to, is he lying? Is he not lying? Is he being played? Is he not being played? This went from not very interesting to very interesting very quick. You don't find the, oh, I was gonna say, he gotta find the clothes in there on the bottom.
Or have we? We've got this the wrong way up. Ah. M.
Michigan. Oh, MT, okay.
For Mr. Milo Tyndall, November.
MT.
It's all so baffling.
Not at all, sir.
Pretty obvious.
You threw
I saw
those
you.
clothes on the floor of the wardrobe. You simply panicked, like 1,000 murders before you, and buried the corpse in the garden.
You're gonna be crazy. This is the real Tyndall and the other one was a fake Tyndall?
We have your note summoning Mr. Tyndall here. Shots were heard, bullet holes made, blood
He's
is
got
on
clothes?
the banisters and the carpet. His clothes were hidden in your wardrobe and he had disappeared. It's time to go, sir.
No, for I can't believe
I'm afraid, sir, that I must insist.
I don't care. Got a fleet of police guys.
You can't be running away from the cops.
We got a runner. Go! Freeze, sir! Freeze! Hey!
He's pretty agile for an old man. He's pretty spry.
We got a lawyer. My right. We can make a call from the police station. We wouldn't want to do anything unconstitutional.
They need to learn some judo, some MMA. It'll take him down real quick.
Inspector.
I've been new to this.
You all-time knockdown champion.
Milo played him.
Bastard Milo.
You're too kind. I'm covered in makeup and spirit gum.
Of course, use the kitchen.
No, I prefer the master bathroom.
Bro, this is like level 10 genius. So if this is like Spy vs. Spy, then he got to get him back.
What did you think of my performance? The anguish of the innocent man trapped
No,
by
bro, you
circumstantial
were
evidence.
scared for your life.
Wasn't a performance.
Of course it was.
Bro, this is a fun movie.
Look at the way you chose to get back at me by playing Inspector Doppler.
Simple revenge. Paying back in kind.
I heard the sound of my own death. Now that changes you, Andrew. Believe me. And I still owe you for that.
Wow, that's powerful.
My father just took part. And his father. And his father. Losers. As far back as you can go. Well, it stops with me!
Damn, man, he got some pain. He got some pain in those eyes.
Looks like you got a little pain behind those eyes.
I have killed someone.
Ooh,
You've killed someone.
It's a real game
he is serious.
and a real murder.
Now, whom did you kill?
Whom?
His wife.
Who besides yourself is the closest to being someone you care about? Thea. She's the one.
Oh,
I screwed her first.
what is going on? Okay, pause. So, dude played a game on him. He played a game on the other dude. It's like 1-to-1, but because of the trauma that he felt, he's like, I'm gonna take it up a notch. He kills this guy's mistress. And so what is the game? Is the game now like what? Like, so is a game gonna be where he's gonna have to guess where this person is, and then he gets found out for murder, and then he goes to jail if he doesn't solve it in time? Is the body in that garden area? Is that why like that's freshly dug? Like maybe it was dug already and then he redug it while dude was gone. There's a lot of questions. This isn't like a typical murder mystery, even though it's just been like kind of mystery, fun and games mystery. But now like it got serious. Always in the last 30 minutes, I tell you, it gets really serious. I don't even know what's going to happen. Because usually there's clues and there's suspects and the motives and we know motive and we know opportunity. We actually know who committed a crime, but like, or do we? I don't even know. I don't even know what to think no more. Like this is crazy. But let's check out what this last 30 minutes has in store.
She was under that freshly dug mound of earth that old Doppler took.
Oh, I knew it.
Was? You mean she's not now?
Oh.
No, I moved her. The police will find her in due course if they haven't found her already. They should arrive in about 15 minutes.
I knew he had a certain amount of time to figure it out.
Hide the body, then leave clues linking you with the crime scattered about the house.
What?
Convinced that the poor, simple-minded police
couldn't
would
figure
never
it out.
recognize
Yeah.
them for what they were.
Tell that to the average desk sergeant if you find yourself strapped straight into the giggle jacket.
Giggle jacket? Oh, he gonna call and confirm.
Been straight.
What? So this is real.
Where is this?
He thought it was a game. It's real.
What?
That's what I'd be saying. What? Now you believe him.
Concealed
Are all the
around this
clues?
room are 4 clues incriminating you as Taya's murderer. Would you like some help?
Yes, damn you!
So soon. How your man Merrydick would go about the search.
Merry Dew, St. Lord, Merry Dew! Come on, keep calm.
Boy's toying with him. In the trunk. With all the other stuff. This is genius. They do not think of movies as smart nowadays. Gone Girl, like that was pretty clever. And then obviously you have like the Hercule Poirot ones, but those have been made, those have been written. But this is crazy good.
Andrew?
Is it police?
Andrew! What? They're here. The police are here. They're coming up the drive.
Keep them out!
Keep the police out? I'll try.
Just one more.
Mr. Tyndall.
Holden Day.
I wasn't expecting to find you here, sir. Good evening, Sergeant Taft.
Or is he even talking to anybody? Is there anybody even real?
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Oh,
The bells. The clock. Oh, it's covered in it. So I thought it was like hiding behind it. Go burn that shit, son. You gonna flush it? That is not how that works. They're gonna back up, bro. Oh, it did flush. I still don't believe none of this. This movie got me believing nothing.
Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Andrew, is it all right if I introduce Detective Sergeant Tarrant and Constable Higgs?
Oh, yes, of course.
Ain't nobody there, bro.
Or should I say, Inspector Plodder and Constable Fresh Faith.
Thank you, Sergeant. We won't be needing you after all.
That's all right, sir. Better to be safe than sorry. That's what I always say, sir.
Bro, been playing him. Been playing him.
Got him! Got him!
She did call yesterday while I was setting up the Doppler scene. And I told her about the trick that you played on me with the gun.
And she wasn't a bit surprised. And I asked her to lend me a stocking, a shoe, a false eyelash, and
Wow. Don't nobody like him.
that you bought her.
Where are you going?
I'm going
Wherever the hell he wants to, bro. Don't even worry about it.
I shouted for him to stop,
Bro, he is the biggest sore loser in the world.
but ran on towards the door. I shot him.
How do we know that homeboy doesn't have a gun either? I'm not putting anything past anybody in this movie.
game's over, Andrew. I'm going home now.
Wow. This dude's got the biggest ego. That sounds like a car, and that sounds like cops. Uh-oh. It is the cops. Boys in blue. You are screwed, my dude.
Andrew.
Press the button. Push the button.
Be sure and tell them it was just a bloody game.
So obviously they know somebody's there. He's making noise. You're not getting away, dude. Wow. Should just let him go, my dude. Wow. Wow. How incredible. They don't make movies like this anymore. I'm telling you. I am telling you. This was so good. It had me guessing. Like, it's not a murder mystery, but it had me guessing everything. I was like, is this going to be this way? Is this thing going to be here? Is this thing going to be there? Oh, man, keeps you on your toes. I absolutely loved everything about this. This is so good. Young Michael Caine. I don't know who the other guy is. I'm not full on into my old school movies like I probably should be, but man, Michael Caine's so great. Man, and it's just a movie. It was just literally two people. It's two people in the movie. They don't even, do they make movies like that anymore? Just two actors? No, they don't. Everything's all Hollywood and blockbuster. They couldn't do it. You couldn't make a movie nowadays with just two people as good as this. I refuse to believe it. And the mystery part and the twists and the turns. Oh, remarkable. Thank y'all again for tuning in. This has happened to be a very random movie that I saw, and then sometimes it be that way. Have y'all seen it? Did y'all enjoy it the first time y'all watched it? Was this your first time watching it? Let me know. I know, again, it's not a typical murder mystery, but it's definitely a mystery movie. And man, I think I just am a fan of puzzles and trying to figure stuff out. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know in the comments if there's a movie you'd like me to review, you'd like me to watch, do a reaction to, and I'd be happy to see it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Feel free to follow me on social media, Money Blake Weather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is. I do appreciate you. And until the next time, I will see you.